everyone! So I've put together this quick tutorial for anyone wanting to learn the basics of hat making. This video will focus on blocking and is suitable for beginners. What you will need is either a wooden or polystyrene hat block, Buckram or Sinamay, pins, a bowl of warm water, cling film or plastic food wrap, anything that's waterproof will do, sticky tape, scissors or an X-Acto blade, and a pencil. The first thing you'll need to do is cover your block in cling film, securing it in place underneath with tape. Smooth it out as much as possible so it doesn't affect the shape. I'll be using a pillbox style block that I carved from polystyrene for the first part of this video. For this next part you're going to need your pins, your water, something to cover your table to protect it whilst you work because things are going to get super messy, and your Buckram or Sinamay, whichever you've chosen to use, and a pencil. Cut out a shape in Buckram or Sinamay that's big enough to be pinned underneath your block. It doesn't need to be exact, just don't make it too small. I would cut 2 pieces for Sinamay just to add a bit of extra strength. I would do the first layer in one go. When you finish that one, then add the second layer. Now you'll need to wet your Buckram or Sinamay until it softens. Sinamay is a lot finer and won't need as much. Then you just need to get rid of the excess water so it's not drenched and you're ready to block. So start by pinning one side underneath the block. You'll be starting with the 4 sides going with the straight grain. Then pull it round from the opposite side and pin again. It should be tight, but not so tight that it starts pulling out the first pins or starts cutting into the polystyrene. Now just pick another side, pull lightly and pin, then pin the opposite side firmly. These first 4 pins will be your base, keeping the Buckram or Sinamay evenly placed. Now you'll want to do the same for the 4 diagonal sections. Find the centre, pull the material round tightly, pin and repeat. Once you've done that, just work section by section, pulling the material and pinning some areas. It will bunch up, so move it around with your fingers until the sides lay as flat and smooth as possible. This process will take some time, but be patient. The more care you put in, the better the end product. Now, gloves are optional. It's not toxic as far as I know, but it is very messy, so they're definitely handy. I'm going to quickly mention the differences between wooden and polystyrene blocks. The wooden ones are stronger and sturdier, but I find pinning them can be harder. They're also quite expensive. Polystyrene allows you the freedom to make whatever shapes you want. It's cheaper and easier to pin, but not exactly environmentally friendly. And if sculpting isn't for you, then it might be better to buy blocks instead. Now this is the stage where if you're using Sinamay, I would now start on the second layer. Once you've pinned it all and are happy with it, find a nice warm place to leave it to dry. I tend to leave mine overnight near a heater or some kind of heat source. So now you're ready to start the arduous task of cutting off the excess. It was at this point I realised scissors weren't going to cut it, pun totally intended. So I trim off the excess and then cut round it again, but neater, as I find it easier without all the bulk in the way. Now you have to fight to get the block out without squishing your nice new hat too much. This is where I like the wooden block better. I've made some polystyrene versions of it, but I'm always worried that they'll snap during this step, whereas the wooden one, I can be really rough with it and it doesn't really matter. Once you've done that, you may need to gently reshape your hat by hand. It should pop back into place okay though. If you're happy with where you cut underneath, congratulations, you've just made your first hat base. If you're a crazy perfectionist like me, however, you can trim it down further now. Leave a lip under like I have. This will be where you sew the millinery wire and fold under the fabric you eventually cover it in. At some point I will make another video showing both of these steps, but for now this is the end of this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.